Hey, beautiful soul, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. I just want to say, if you're new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And if you're returning back, I just want to say welcome back. And for those of you who are just now clicking on this video, just keep in mind these energies could be happening right now, or these energies could be happening like within a few days, next week, or within a couple of weeks for you. Take it how it resonates. Just keep in mind, take what resonates, and usually if you're being led to a specific video, obviously there's a message that's meant there for you in some way, shape, or form. You probably can relate to it. And if it's not pertaining to you, maybe it's pertaining to someone who's close to you, maybe someone who you hold dear to your heart, who might be experiencing these energies. So anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into the message. Basically, I want to let you guys know that I saw that some are experiencing a situation to where their partners, I'm not sure if it's their, I want to say their partners, someone that they're married to. I want to say that there's someone that they're married to, because in the dream these individuals were married, and what I had saw was basically someone was walking into the room and they was trying to basically talk to their significant other, and the other significant other kind of like, it's almost like they went and slept in another room, should I say. And they basically got up out the bed and kind of basically shoved the other person out of the room. So some of you may find yourselves dealing with those situations, and I think for you it's unexpected, because it's unexpected behavior. So with all that being said, just understand that everything that is taking place, it is being divinely guided. Some people are being, it's almost like divine spirit of light is kind of doing this in a sense. And I know some of you may be saying, well, why is he doing that? So much is shifting, so much is changing, and just know that if this is your first time clicking on the video, there's a couple of videos back where I was talking about divine spirit of light had basically said that, you know, whatever situation that you're going to go through, just know that you may not be happy with it, but in the end you will be happy with it, because you're just going to be happy with it. I saw that some of you are going to just be so happy and ecstatic with, you know, with just the experience of course, nobody likes experiencing going through something, but in the end it's going to be well worth it. And I say all that to say, because like I said in a couple of other videos too, I had to experience this myself too as well. No, it wasn't fun in the beginning, because I didn't really understand what was going on, but at the same time, divine spirit of light, which is so funny, because where I'm sitting at right now, somebody else was sitting there, and I was actually divinely guided to them to help me along my journey. So it's funny now that I'm sitting kind of, it's almost like a switching, because it's like every time a person, not every time, but it's like a group of people. When I first went on this journey, a group of us were all together. We were all on the same journey together. Even the person who was giving the message, they was on the journey as well too. So with all that being said, it's just that they had information that divine spirit of light had already given them, shown them, and gave them downloads of information to share with others of what was to be expected, what they was experiencing, what they're going through, and so on and so on. So now I find myself sitting in that same position where those individuals were sitting at one point in time. And it's almost like a shift is taking place. So it's like they were here, and it's like all of a sudden we got to a certain point. Now it's like divine spirit of light is shifting them out and shifting a new set of people on the platforms. And then eventually at some point in time, it'll be time for me to, you know, at some point, you know, it's all about shifting and going and evolving to different levels. That's all it is. You know, once you spend your time there, I'll take it as like a spiritual training, should I say. Like those individuals that were here before me, they was going through a spiritual training as well too. They was teaching us, showing us, and guiding us along the way of what to expect, what not to expect. So it was almost like navigating through what was taking place. So it's almost like I find myself sitting here doing the same thing that they were doing at one point in time. I had no idea that I'll be doing that. But with all that being said, so just keep in mind too, so just keep in mind too that that's what's taking place now. So again, if you just trust the process, try not to be overreactive, try not to be yeah, just try to just sit still before you react, should I say, if that's kind of helpful. But anyway, with all that being said, let me pull these couple of cards real quick before I end this message, because that was the only message that I received. That was the only message that I received this morning. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go with these cards. And I kind of pre-shuffled it before the camera, so I'm just going to shuffle it a couple times in front of you guys. And as I said before, no, I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm just basically pulling cards just, to kind of give you guys inspirational messages. Or I ask Divine Spirit of Light to also use the cards to allow whatever cards to come out that, he feels best of what message that he needs you guys to know. These cards are so thick, they be so hard to shuffle at times, but these are the ones I was guided to pull this morning, so I'm just going to be obedient to what. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I said before that I'm not a tarot card reader, but hold on, y'all, I'll put this over. I'm not a tarot card reader, but lately Divine Spirit Light has been having me to pull cards. Well, these came out, so I'm going to take these. It says, am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their ways through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Interesting. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. Okay? Am I focused on what I want? And the next one is, where can I ask for more help in my life? And it says, until we can receive with an open heart, we'll never really give with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Judgments to giving help. And it says, today's soul action. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with open arms. And there's like a mantra that you guys can say for this, and it says, I ask for what I want and I am open to receiving. So keep that in mind. So ask for what you want and be open to receiving it. And this last one is, I am letting fear, am I letting fear stop me? And it says, are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that. It's up to you to see that by taking action. Today's soul's action today. Be brave and do it. Be brave and do it. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. Oh my God, I'm just having like a hard time reading that this morning. Anyway, so keep that in mind, guys. These cards actually just it's resonating with the message where, obviously someone is being fearful with pushing someone away for whatever particular reasons that they're pushing this individual away, whether they're doing it intentionally or whether, I feel like it's two different situations. It's a situation of there's a spouse who's pushing away because they feel like they're not resonating with the other person. Then I feel like it's a situation of Divine Spirit of Light has, because some people are some people, their emotions and feelings are coming to the surface. So in both situations, the emotions and feelings are coming to the surface. So with that being said, the other people who are not just pushing people away, because the first group of people who are pushing people away because they feel like they're not resonating with this person, or they feel like they don't have anything in common with this person. And then the other group that's kind of doing it, I feel like it's more so doing it spiritually, should I say. It's almost like they're trying to push the other individual person away because they don't want to be in touch with their feelings and their emotions, if that makes sense. So one situation is basically a physical situation where people are literally kind of pushing away their spouses in a sense. And then there's the other situation where it's coming from a spiritual perspective, meaning like divine spirit of light. You're feeling these feelings, you're feeling these emotions, and they're coming to the surface, and you're like, oh my God, what is this? I don't want to feel this. And it's foreign to you. It's because for so long you have suppressed your emotions, your feelings, and now they're coming to the surface and you don't know what to expect. So it's almost like a way of you trying to hold on, trying to control your feelings, control your thoughts, just trying to be in control of the situation rather than just going with the flow. As I said in other videos, when you just go with the flow, it makes it easy. Oh God, Mercury retrograde. It makes it so much easier. But when you start to resist the flow, it's almost like that very thing that you don't want to happen is going to end up happening. I actually did a message on that too some time ago. So in other words, the more you fight, the more it's almost like it becomes intensified in a sense. So if that makes sense. So if you're trying to push a situation away, from a spiritual perspective, just know that that's going to eventually intensify. It's going to intensify even more. And it's almost like the divine spirit of light is turning up the heat, as I've said before in several videos. When you turn up the heat at some point in time, it's like, ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, it's hot. Okay, I get it. That's what's being done right now. And then the other situation, as I said before, where I actually physically saw someone pushing away their spouse, that's just going to intensify as well, too. So those... Oh, I'm sorry. This is so funny because I normally don't read the card at the top of the deck, but because these cards are designed like that, they have titles at the top of the deck, and I normally read the ones at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this message is important, so I'm going to read it real quick. Actually, I'm going to... And I felt like I was just divinely guided to do that. So here's what it says. It says, do I surround myself with people who lift me up? I know I always tell this to my stepson or whatever. I told him, always surround yourself around people who respect you and not people who disrespect you. So yeah, but anyway, and I tell it to my kids too. But anyway, because I just be trying to remind him of, that he is valuable, and not only that he's valuable, I want nothing but the best for him. So I say all that to say, if I can give him some information that'll help him out along the way, hopefully he and take note of it and not have to learn the hard way in the process. But yeah, I've always, every time I see him, I always tell him, just make sure you surround yourself around people who support you, who respect you, and not people who disrespect you or whatever. But anyway, it says, the people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. And this is so true. And I tell my kids this too. It says, what's that saying? Oh, the saying that says you are the company that you keep, basically. So if you hang around people who are gossipers, you hang around people who are unloyal, you hang around people who are cheaters, you hang around people who steal. And again, I'm not judging these people. I'm just saying, just think at some point in time, in some way, shape, or form, because you're hanging around that person. Maybe you may not be literally stealing from the store, but maybe you may be taking a pen from the office. Maybe you may be taking a mouse pad from the office. Just something small like that. So you got to keep that in mind too. Anyway, it says, does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? That's why it's so important to surround yourself around positive people. Make a desired list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? And I did a video on that too. It was talking about love them and release them. And I'm going to actually do this one at the bottom of the deck too, because I feel like I'm being divinely guided to do this one. This one says, I am in my head or in my heart. Interesting. Because so many people is here. They're not balancing the two. They're too much in their head and not enough in their heart. And then there's those people who are too much in their heart and not enough in their head, thinking practically. So it says, I am in my head or in my heart. What is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fear and the limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of your own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. So again, as I said before, it's balancing head with heart and not doing too much of being in your head and not doing too much of being in your heart, but it's a balance. And then it says today's actions. Today, master your mind, watch an inspired video, do some tapping, reading or empowering books, or writing out all your reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. So, again, am I in my head or in my heart? A balance between the two. Do I surround myself around people who lift me up? Where can I ask for more help in my life? Some people are too busy trying to do it all, and they feel like they don't need anybody by being individuals, which is so funny because the energy shift that's taking place here, some people need to learn to be individuals, and that's what God is trying to get people to do. Be individuals and not rely on other people for information. And when I say information, I mean like people that you've grown up with, people that you've always went to and say, hey, am I supposed to do this? What do you think about this? And basically, if you're having a gossip session about somebody, that person is not there. That's necessarily not the person that you want to go and get advice from. And I say all that to say, because if somebody's giving you advice and the other individual isn't there to basically defend themselves, and they're not basically, because like I said before, I'm all over the place. Because like I said before, you have to be mindful of who you getting your information from. You have to look and ask yourself, are these people have morals, values, and integrity? And are they an upbiting citizen? Not necessarily upbiting citizen, but do they live their life, with integrity? Those are things that you have to factor in when you get information from people. Anyway, it says, am I focused on what I want most? And some of you know what you want. Divine Spirit of Light is trying to give it to you, but some of you rejecting it. Am I letting fear stop me? And that's where the coming in of pushing people away was at. I have one more deck, y'all. This is the Romance Angel deck, and I don't normally pull this deck too often, to be honest with you. But I felt compelled to do so today. And again, I already pre-shuffled this one too, so I'm going to just shuffle it a couple of times. What message do you have for this collective? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do for the first group, for the one that I saw an individual pushing their spouse away physically. And then I'm going to do a second card for the group of the individual pushing their spouse away spiritually. Cards are so small. I didn't know they was this small when I took and ordered them some time ago. For the first group, Divine Spirit Light. So for the first group, it says deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in your relationship. That's for the first group. That's why this individual, I guess, was pushing away the other individual. And then for the second group, Divine Spirit Light, what message do you have for the second group? This one says, keep an open mind. Your soul may differ from your unusual type and expectations. So this is for the second group. For those people who are actually pushing someone away spiritually, and let's just say through dream state, if they're showing up in your dream, because divine spirit of light has trying to send you messages, should I say, and even if they're coming up in your train of thought is what I'm getting to, like even if they're on your mind and you trying to suppress that and push it away, keep that in mind too. And it says again, this is for the second group. Spiritually, if you spiritually find yourself being connected to somebody and you're sitting around just thinking about somebody, but they're not in your physical presence, it says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from the usual type of expectations. Again, that was for the second group, for those who has had somebody on their mind and they're trying to suppress the feelings and trying to suppress the emotion. And for those who actually physically have somebody who they live with, it says deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So again, if you're physically living with somebody and you feel like they're distancing themselves from you, that's the message. With all that being said, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. Oh, I see my picture back there. That was actually my senior picture, for those of you who don't know. Anyway, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm about to go get some work in because I had a dentist appointment this morning, so I'm all done. Had to make sure I get the pearly whites. Anyway, she gave me thumbs up with the teeth. So anyway, with all that being said, I wish you all much love, much light. Bye.